Man, I've been following this workout program for a while and nothing's improved. What gives?
Well, have you been progressing your workouts at all by trying to add reps or sets?
No.
Okay, well, have you recorded your movements to see if there's any inefficiencies you can work on?
No.
Have you written down your workouts at all?
No, I just kind of freeball it. Why? What's wrong with that?
Maybe I should show you how I analyze one of my workouts so that I can slowly improve over time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Today, we're going to look at one of my pull workouts as I'm nearing the end of a workout split to see how I can make changes to it going forward so I can keep progressing towards my main goals. The first thing we need to do is set what my actual goals are. So, my first one is to get a 180-pound pull up. So, that is a big stretch where I need to build a lot of strength through weighted pull ups, and that is my main objective overall. The second is I want to be able to maintain my one arm pull up and my front lever strength. So I need to be able to keep those in the workout and feel comfortable enough getting those movements in without sabotaging my first primary goal. And the third goal, well, I kind of want to look good, but luckily that's going to get covered anyway. But that might add some additional accessories at the end of the workout that I need. So, with my three goals in mind, I start off my workout with front lever holds. I have two of them currently. While my main priority is the 180-pound pull up, my front lever is highly sabotaged when my back gets fatigued and it needs to be prioritized in a workout or else I can't do it. So, the goal here is to be able to go in, get the movement in, and not overly push it. It's a good warm up for the back for what comes up next. Technique wise, I need to focus on keeping my arms straight. They're pretty straight in here. They look like they could be a little bit bent, mostly on the camera angle and just how my arms are, are weirdly shaped. But the goal is to keep the arms straight there and keep my core engaged. You can see near the end of my workout, my core will start to dip. I'm okay with that. It's kind of like going to failure on a rep. So it can look a little ugly at the end, and I'm totally okay with that. Next, I'm going to move into one arm pull ups. I have two different pull up days, one where I will do 4 reps of one arm pull ups, and one where I'll just do an every minute on the minute. The 4 rep one requires a little bit more focus, so I do that before my weighted pull ups. And then my weighted pull ups, I do a slightly lighter weight with higher reps than I'm able to maintain after doing the heavier one arm pull ups. So the assisted one arm pull ups will get me warmed up and ready to go. And then I hit 2 sets of 4 reps of my one arm pull up. The main thing here for my one arm pull ups, I just need to be as efficient as possible. The first 2 reps I try to chain together if I can, just so that way I can save a little bit strength, and then just focusing on my technique the rest of the reps.
Wow, you look pretty badass here.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I like doing this movement. Up until now, we've been prioritizing my secondary goals, but now we're moving into the primary portion, which is the weighted pull ups. Now we need to make sure that my body is able to perform at what I'm expecting of it and not being bogged down by those secondary goals. So, right now we have 3 sets of my 5 rep weight, which is currently 115 pounds. And I need to make sure I either hit those numbers or at least see that from workout to workout, it's trending upward. Sometimes I'll throw a heavier weight than expected just so I can kind of ease into it over time. So today I was able to hit all 3 5 reps, which is great, and even went for an additional rep on the third set just to build additional strength. This is great. I'm finally kind of trending upward after getting out of a plateau, and that's exactly what I want to see.
Ooh, but why would you go up and try to do a partial rep? That seems kind of lame.
Actually, I really like doing the partial rep because you need to get your body used to being under heavy load and doing multiple reps. So you can't practice doing 4 reps if you just do 3. And that's why I like to add in those partial reps if my grip is holding up and I'm able to feel strong enough to at least get a solid enough attempt at the very end.
You must be really freaking tired at this point.
Yeah, I am, not gonna lie. And that's why I transitioned down to 90 pounds and do 4 sets with slightly less rest. This is more of a muscle building activity, but also still having good solid strength gains. For here, I'm shooting for 5 to 8 reps in general. But for this workout, I'm usually hitting that 6 to 7 ish range, or at least getting partial reps on the sixth and seventh rep just to get a stronger back and progressing more when I go for those heavier weights.
So with all those weighted pull-ups, how do you do today? Did you progress?
Yeah, I actually did. My numbers are up a little bit across the board. I'm really just trying to focus on either adding those partial reps or adding weight to my heavier pull ups. And then when I get down into those 90 pounds, either adding reps or trying to add in some weight over time, but mostly reps on the 90-pound pull ups.
Yeah, I should probably write that down for next time.
Yeah, you should probably write a lot of things down at this point. And that's what I highly recommend too. Always try to catalog your workouts. Here's a sample of what my notes look like that you might want to steal for yours.
Yeah, but what about that third goal of yours? What about you want to look really good? What about that one?
Yeah, don't rush me. I'm getting to that portion here at the end. Now, with all of the main goals out of the way, I want to be able to go in and build some aesthetics. But the main thing here is I don't want to tire myself out too much where I'm not able to recover and successfully do the first two parts and progressively get better at those. So for this, I'm doing chin ups with 45 pounds, toes to bar, and TRX rows. The chin ups, I'm just trying to get some stronger biceps. For the toes to bar, just getting some core strength, and the TRX rows, just hitting my back in a little bit different of an area and a little burnout at the end. For the chin ups, that's the one that I'm actually trying to increase my reps over time. While the toes to bar and the TRX rows, I'm okay with just kind of maintaining where they're at. There's no real reason to overly push those. So sometimes you might also want to think about that in your workout. What do you want to keep the same, and what areas do you actually want to push? If you want to get bigger biceps, don't go in and start your workout off increasingly improving your bench press and then not having enough strength to work on your biceps. So always try to think about what's most important and where you want to conserve energy for this workout or for a future one.
Man, that was a lot of great advice. I really should have written that down.
Yeah, you probably should have. But luckily you can just rewatch the video for next time. What video? Thank you for watching, everyone. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment down below. How do you analyze your workouts? Are you getting stuck or are you seeing that progression going forward? Have a good one. Stay strong, everyone. Don't be that guy.